Poisonous food is any type of food that can make you sick or kill you. It can cause poisoning, which is a condition that occurs when you eat or drink something that contains harmful chemicals. These chemicals can damage your body in a number of ways, including making your heart beat too fast, stopping your breathing, or causing seizures. Poisonous food can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and even death. It's important to be careful when eating food, and to only eat food that you know is safe. In this video, we'll show you 30 foods that can kill you if you're not careful. Watch and learn which foods to avoid so you can stay safe and healthy. These are the harmful foods for your body that you should better stay away from because they can really kill you. Number 1. Mushrooms. While mushrooms are a food that can provide many health benefits, there are also a number of species that contain poisons. For example, the death cap mushroom contains amatoxin, which can cause liver damage and death. In fact, the death cap mushroom is the most poisonous mushroom in the world. Other mushrooms that contain poisons include the destroying angel and the fly agaric. It's important to be aware of these dangers and to only eat mushrooms that have been identified by a professional. Number 2. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are a food that can kill you. The stem and leaves of the tomato plant contain a glycolloid called solanine, which is toxic. Unripe tomatoes also contain solanine, so it is important to only eat ripe tomatoes. Symptoms of solanine poisoning include headache, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. In severe cases, solanine poisoning can lead to death. Number 3. Rhubarb leaves. Rhubarb leaves are poisonous and can cause breathing trouble, seizures, kidney failure, and even death. The leaves contain oxalic acid, which is toxic. Children are especially at risk of poisoning from rhubarb leaves. If you think someone has eaten rhubarb leaves, call poison control right away. Number 4. Peanuts. If you are allergic to peanuts, then you should be very careful about where they are hidden. Peanuts can cause anaphylaxis, a potential life-threatening reaction that can lead to shock and even loss of consciousness. Peanuts are one of the most common food allergens, and even a tiny amount can cause a reaction. If you experience any symptoms after eating peanuts, such as hives, swelling, shortness of breath, or dizziness, seek medical help immediately. Number 5. Shellfish. Shellfish are a food that can kill you. For one, they can inhibit breathing. Secondly, some people have allergies to shellfish, which can cause anaphylactic shock and death. Finally, shellfish can contain harmful toxins that can make you very sick. So, if you are going to eat shellfish, be sure to do your research first and take precautions to avoid any health risks. Number 6. Hot dogs. Hot dogs are one of America's favorite ballpark foods, but they can also be a deadly hazard. Each year, an average of 17 people die from choking on hot dogs. That's because the sausages are often too large to swallow properly and can easily become lodged in the windpipe. In fact, hot dogs are the leading cause of choking fatalities among children. So, if you're heading to a game this summer, be sure to take smaller bites and drink plenty of water to help wash them down. Number 7. Potatoes. Potatoes are a food that can kill you. The potato plant contains solanine, a glycolloid poison that is found in the leaves, stems, and green potatoes. If you eat these parts of the plant, you may experience symptoms such as headache, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. In severe cases, solanine poisoning can lead to death. However, if you remove the poisonous parts of the plant before eating it, you will be safe. It's important to remember that not all potatoes are poisonous. The tubers that we eat are safe to eat because they've been peeled and washed. However, if you're ever unsure about whether or not a potato is safe to eat, it's best to avoid it altogether. Number 8. Cherries. Cherries are a fruit that can kill you. The pits, or seeds, of cherries contain a poisonous chemical called hydrogen cyanide. If you eat enough of the seeds, you can die from the poison. Be very careful not to swallow any cherry seeds when you are eating cherries. Number 9. Almonds. While almonds are a nutrient-rich and healthy snack, they can also be deadly. Almonds contain cyanide, which is released when the nut is crushed. Bitter almonds, in particular, are high in cyanide and can be lethal if eaten in large quantities. Number 10. Raw meat and uncooked eggs. Raw meat and unpasteurized eggs can contain harmful bacteria that can cause food poisoning. One of the most common types of food poisoning is salmonella poisoning, which is caused by the bacteria Salmonella. Salmonella bacteria can be found in raw meat, poultry, eggs, and unpasteurized milk. Symptoms of salmonella poisoning include nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. In severe cases, salmonella poisoning can lead to bacteremia, a life-threatening condition caused by the spread of bacteria from the intestines to the bloodstream. People with weakened immune systems are at greater risk of developing bacteremia from salmonella poisoning. Number 11. Stone fruit seeds and apple seeds. Stone fruit seeds and apple seeds contain a portion of food that can kill you. The food is called amygdalin, and it is a form of cyanide. Cyanide is a poison that can cause death within minutes. Amygdalin is found in the pits of cherries, plums, apples, pears, peaches, apricots, and other stone fruits. It is also found in the seeds of apples and pears. If you eat seed or pit that contains amygdalin, you will likely die from cyanide poisoning. Number 12. Elderberry. There are a few key things to know about elderberry if you are thinking of incorporating them into your diet. First, the stems and leaves contain cyanide, which is poisonous. So it's important to make sure you only eat the ripe berries. Second, they can interact with some medications, so it's best to check with your doctor before eating them if you're taking any prescription drugs. Lastly, elderberry can cause nausea and vomiting, so start with a small amount and see how your body reacts before increasing your intake. Number 13. Castor oil. Castor oil is a food that can kill you. It contains the poison ricin. Ricin can cause severe vomiting, diarrhea, and seizures. It can also damage the liver and lungs. In large doses, it can be fatal. Number 14. Pufferfish. Pufferfish, also known as fugu, is an extremely poisonous fish that can kill you. It contains a toxin that can paralyze you. In Japan, where pufferfish is considered a delicacy, there are many regulations in place to ensure that the fish is prepared correctly. If it isn't prepared correctly, the toxin can be deadly. Number 15. Sanakji. Sanakji is a food that can kill you. This is because the suction cups on their tentacles can attach to your throat and choke you. In addition, the octopus's venom can cause paralysis and death. For these reasons, it is important to be careful when eating sanakji. Number 16. Ackee. The ackee fruit is native to West Africa and was introduced to Jamaica in the 1700s. The ackee fruit is a favorite in Jamaica, but it can also be deadly. The unripe fruit is poisonous and can cause vomiting, seizures, and even death. Cooked ripe ackee is safe to eat, but care must be taken not to eat any part of the unripe fruit. Number 17. Honey. New research shows that honey can contain high levels of toxins that can cause serious health problems. Pyrazidine alkaloids are a group of toxins found in honey that can cause headaches, dizziness, weakness, and even death. While the amount of these toxins varies depending on the type of honey, it is important to be aware of their potential dangers. In particular, pregnant women and young children should avoid consuming honey due to its potential toxicity. Number 18. Kidney and lima beans. Kidney and lima beans are food that can kill you. The toxin in the beans is called linamarin, which is converted to cyanide in the body. If the beans are eaten raw, the toxins will be released and can cause death. The symptoms of poisoning include vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. If you think you have been poisoned by kidney or lima beans, seek medical help right away. There have been several cases of people dying after eating these beans. Number 19. Tuna. When most people think of tuna, they think of healthy and affordable food. However, what many people don't know is that tuna can be a food that can kill you. This is because tuna is a fish that can contain high levels of mercury, and mercury poisoning can cause many harmful symptoms, such as itching, pain, and high blood pressure. Therefore, it is important to be aware of the risks associated with eating tuna, and to take steps to limit your exposure to mercury if you do choose to eat this fish. Number 20. Nutmeg. Nutmeg is a food that can kill you if you eat too much of it. People have died from eating as little as 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg contains myristicin, which is a psychoactive compound that can cause psychotic symptoms like disorientation, hallucinations, and hyperexcitation. If you are going to use nutmeg in cooking, be very careful not to eat too much. Number 21. Cashews. Cashews are a food that can kill you. The nut is high in anacardic acid, which can cause your skin to burn and your stomach to upset. Ingesting just one cashew can result in severe gastric problems. So, while they may be a tasty snack, cashews are best avoided if you want to stay healthy. Number 22. Cassava. Cassava is a vegetable that is common in Africa, Asia, and South America. It has leaves and roots that can both be eaten. The roots are a common food in many countries. However, the leaves of the cassava plant contain cyanide and can be fatal if eaten in large quantities. The roots also contain cyanide, but it would take much more to kill someone. Cassava is a good source of nutrition, but it's important to know how to prepare it safely. For this reason, it is important to only eat cassava that has been properly peeled and cooked. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit the like button, because it helps us know more of what you want to see. Now let's keep going with our video. Number 23. Bean sprouts. In the United States, bean sprouts are a popular food item. They are often used in salads, sandwiches, and stir-fries. However, bean sprouts can also be a source of foodborne illnesses. In fact, bean sprouts have been linked to several outbreaks of E. coli, listeria, and salmonella over the past few years. These foodborne illnesses can be very serious and even deadly. So, if you are planning to eat bean sprouts, it is important to take precautions to reduce your risk of getting sick. First of all, make sure that the bean sprouts are fresh and have not been sitting out for too long. Also, be sure to wash them thoroughly before eating them. And finally, avoid eating raw or undercooked bean sprouts. Number 24. Raw milk. Raw milk is a risky beverage that can kill you. In fact, unpasteurized milk is responsible for more foodborne illness outbreaks than any other food in the United States. Raw milk can contain harmful bacteria, such as E. coli and listeria, which can cause serious illness, including death. Young children, pregnant women, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems are particularly at risk for serious illness or death from drinking raw milk. Number 25. Chili peppers. Chili peppers are a food that can kill you. The active ingredient in chili peppers is called capsaicin. When ingested, capsaicin causes the lungs to constrict and can lead to death. Capsaicin is also a skin irritant. It can cause a burning sensation when it comes into contact with the skin. In some cases, it can cause blisters to form. Number 26. Marshmallows. Marshmallows are food that can kill you. This may seem like an alarming statement, but it is true. In fact, marshmallows are one of the leading causes of choking deaths in children. This is because marshmallows are very sticky and can easily get lodged in a person's throat. They also tend to swell up when wet, which can make them even harder to dislodge. So, if you have small children, it is best to avoid giving them marshmallows. Number 27. Unpasteurized cheese. There are a few different foodborne illnesses that you can get from unpasteurized cheese. The most common is listeria, which can cause fever, muscle aches, and diarrhea. Listeria can be deadly, especially for pregnant women and their unborn children. Other bacteria that can be found in unpasteurized cheese include salmonella and E. coli. These bacteria can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. In some cases, they can also be fatal. Number 28. Microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn is a food that can kill you. The fumes from the artificial butter flavoring contain perfluorooctanoic acid, which harms the liver and prostate cancer. The fumes also contain diacetyl, which is known to cause bronchitis and lung disease. Microwave popcorn manufacturers have been aware of the dangers of this substance for years, but have done nothing to reduce the levels of it in their products. So, if you love microwave popcorn, you'd be better off making it yourself and buying it from the store. Number 29. Margarine. Margarine is a food that can kill you. Margarine is made of hydrogenated oils which are known to cause heart disease and cancer. Hydrogenated oils are made by adding hydrogen atoms to liquid vegetable oils to make them more solid. This is done so the oils will not spoil as quickly, but it also changes the chemical composition of the oil and makes it harmful to your health. Hydrogenated oils are also known to increase the levels of bad cholesterol in the blood and decrease the levels of good cholesterol. This can lead to blocked arteries and heart attacks. They also increase the risk of cancer. Hey, before we continue, if you enjoyed this video so far, make sure you click the link down below in the description to read the best health information on our website. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay updated and get notified every time we release a new video. Number 30. Processed meat. Processed meats are foods that are preserved by smoking, curing, salting, or adding preservatives. Nitrites and nitrates are the most common preservatives found in processed meats. They are used to prevent the growth of bacteria and to give processed meats their pink color. Nitrites and nitrates can convert into cancer-causing compounds called nitrosamines. Nitrosamines can damage DNA and may increase the risk of colon cancer. Colorectal cancer is the third most common type of cancer in the United States. Studies have shown that eating processed meat increases the risk of colorectal cancer. Processed meat is also a major source of sodium. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke.